Can we start the video this way? What does it look like with my arms coming out of this? So I'm not ready to do the video, and I want to put on another video for 2 minutes before I begin. You know what's funny? I'm over to the right side, but when I look at my screen, it's on the other side. Now, if I turn that around, even if I turn around my screen, right, I'd have to turn around my camera to point that way to see me this way. So it's me looking at me. When I go to the left side, I see myself on the right side. So I'm like, tick, tock. But you don't see me here, so you have no idea what's going on in time as the tick-tock is going on. Transformation, information. Now I'm on the other side of tick-tock. Tick. You have no idea what's going on. It's the unknown. Oh my God. Are they coming together in this one place where the heart beats? Look at that. 2 different hands. This is really, really weird. Oh, look. Wait a second. There's one on the TV here, like right in the back. Ah, there's a white light, but that's a screen. So I had also written something down I wanted to share. I just write this down, copy. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I want to talk about paste. See if I paste this over here. Okay, we can read all this. I hope I got it down properly. What you're seeing in front of you. Okay, I'm just going to give you the rundown before I take off for about 2 minutes. If we start on the complete right, okay, I don't remember exactly how I did it, but it was about the penny coming off the market. And I connected all the 8 cents, right? 8, right? When the penny comes off the market, you connect 8, 9, 1, and 2. And you connect that all to number 10. And then when the penny comes off the market, right, you take all that's number 5. And I'm going to write this down and show you, right? And for number 5, you're going to connect the 3, the 4, the 6, and the 7. And that all has to do, that's the moon. That's where it comes to going around the moon. 3, 4, 6, 7, 21, 60 in miles, 216 or 666. So many things are related to 666. And that design you see on the board, that is a star system, okay, related to 666, showing you where we're going. It's telling you and showing you 2 and 3 colors, because 2 colors that are not there are the 0 and 00, which might be, could be, and still discussable under the hypothesis or context of understanding the roulette game, knowing that there's a 10, a 20, and a 30. So is that 10 and 30 where the 00 comes in? Is it 20 and 10 where the 00 comes in? Understanding that within 30 is a 20 and a 10. It didn't come on its own. 00 and 0. Tick, tock. Or how about this? Tick, tock, tick, tock. Like tick, tock, tick. Oh, I'm gone. Tock, tick. What's happening now? Talk, tick, silence, talk. So what happens? And now that I'm on both sides, right, I am the I in between both sides of the H, right? Like if I would be able to put a line across the board, the H would be on the outside and I would be living in between the 2 worlds, the red and the blue. I'm coming together in the purple. Hello. Only one has the heart. Okay, I'm going to take this off. I don't even know why this is on. I opened the video up and it was like this. I'm hoping I can take it off. I really, really am. Oh, yes, it shows I could. There it is. I'm alive. I made a decision today, and I made a decision to do something, but I haven't done it. I made a decision to do something, but I haven't done it. How come? I haven't had time. I just made the decision now. So by the time you make a decision, you have to have the thought before of what you were thinking before you can make that decision on doing something. Why haven't you done it? Give me some time. I need some structure. Oh my God, I put gas in the car, but the car ain't going. I'm still holding the nozzle at the gas tank. Well, why isn't the transmission working? Because the car's in park. The key's turned off. and the spirit hasn't entered the body. But the minute the spirit enters the body, the only time you're allowed to drive the car when the gasoline and oxygen enter into the body. Imagine that. We can walk all our lives with the motor on. Keep that motor running. I've got the oxygen and the gasoline. I've got the spirit. I've got the alcohol, and I'm powered up. I'm a living drunk. But you can't drive the car. But you're driving it. But you're a living drunk. What does that tell you? Spirit, pirate, internet. Something could have been added. There's an additive to something that changes our whole outlook and vibrance, like vibration. Something is interfering. Is it the moon? Is it a spirit that comes down from an extended area and distorts your vibration in the air you breathe? And then you have the body is holding the tank. We have a radiator and we have the gasoline. Can I call the blood the gasoline, or is that the oil? And we don't run on gas? Or is the gas in the oxygen? I'm getting a little mixed up myself, you know. I'm still learning, and only together can we put together the project of life. Okay, I want to hear it. I want to hear it. Is it 1200? How do you say midnight in the army talk? I did laundry as soon as I began to think about my clothes were getting dirty. Don't get your clothes so dirty. You know what? They got me putting this new phone. I want to know if this is damaged because it's the back. The phone still works, right? I have to return this. So I'm returning it like that. And then they give me this other one for this reason and that reason. I spent more time on the phone with them, like 2 hours in the last day just to get a phone. I was like, so many complications. I don't even want a phone, but like I'm obligated because whatever. The system is on the way out. I'm losing so much time. Those who are awake in the times that they are now and not just awake in the morning, okay, know how much time is lost in their brains because they're participating in two worlds. And sometimes we're not all taking making the right decisions because of the complications that we know are on the arise. So how do you move forward with this? I don't think I want to talk about that. But like I said, I'm putting on a 2-minute video. You know, when you wrote that, I did laundry as soon. The first minute I saw laundry, I thought of January. And then I'm not sure if you said you did the lawn dry, you mean you dried your lawn? You dried your lawn. Oh my God, the sheep. You dried the sheep. Usually the sheep are on the lawn. Wait, is it the sheep or the goat? Who eats the grass better? The goats smoke the grass or they eat the grass? I'm not sure about the cows. So it's not good to smoke it, but it's okay to smoke the meat from the cow, but the grass eats the cow. Okay, now hold on a second. Smoke meat, grass. You smoke the grass, don't you? No, you eat the grass, you smoke the meat. Don't get that mixed up, because if you're going to smoke before the meat, then I'm not sure what's going to be going on. Okay. I have an appointment. You want to point something, you want to appoint something. So you're appointing yourself and you're going in nearly 4 hours. So that's 1/4 of the day, 240 minutes, or 10 minutes for 24 letters in the alphabet, meaning every letter gets under 100% of one. Because we have to always understand it's 100% and more, 100% and less, and I'm all over the place. So I wrote something out. I'm going to show you this 2-minute video. I'm going to warm up my coffee, and give me a minute to just see where I can get this from. See if I can put a little stand to this video, because I'm going to have to turn it around like this, right? It's a video. Let me see.
Solid and perfect.
Okay, this is from a couple of years ago. I have this here. Let me just see if this will come up here. This is in like one of those stores, right? And a couple of years ago, I think this was during 2020 to 21.
Okay, stop.
Look at that. I got a lot of black. Okay, so we got that one there. We got this here. See that little house? I had to add that house on there. See the H? I'm not even sure if you can see that properly. Let me see if it shows up in the camera. Let me make that a little bit smaller. Move this over. I want to see where my camera is. Sorry for this whole mix up here. It's because I'm moving things over. Yeah. So you can see the lines here, and then the H, what splits the two bricks. And then you can see on this brick, right, the H, which is turned this way, so you have above and below, right? I'm not crossing it over this way to create anything because I can have a distorted eye. At the same time, you have, if you want to go the 5 and 2, you see the way the brick is in the center, so you go down and you create the 5, and then you create the 2. And when you put a 5 and 2 together, it becomes a television set. So once it becomes a television set, right? Once we have the TV, right? We have T and V, we have the 20th and 22nd letter. And I created that TV with the number 5. Take out my Pluto, the orange. Hail to the orange, Harley Davidson, HD. And we got 52. And we got a TV set. I use my eyes and I can smell. With my ears, I can see. With my touch, I can feel. But I can touch with my eyes and I can touch with my ears. Think about that. Give me a minute. Let me put you on this little video over here. I hope I can raise the, let me see if I can get this in the right spot. We have the ball that we play with the dogs. We have the string that we play with the cat. Numeric value for dog is 26, for cat is 24. The first letter is D, the first letter is C. Inside of cat, you already see the AT sign, so where is the mailbox? 24th letter, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, 8 and 6. Cat is in the house, number 14. Cat's in the dog house. 2 times 6, 2 plus 6, 12 and 8. Okay, equals to 20, but it becomes 3 and 8. 1 and 2 is 3, it becomes 3 and 8. Just give me 3 minutes. So when it becomes 3 and 8. I'll be back, Miss Watkins. The reverse of dog is W5. The reverse of cat is X24. 5 and 6 come together. The ball is the string. S and T come together. Mars. Why Mars? Why does Mars end up with this numeric value, Mars and angels? Because Mars is dot. Earth is string. One of the reasons is Mars will create the window. In Earth, Mars will come in on this angle. Earth gets 2 lines, the outside lines. But in reality, it's these 2 lines, and after it's those 2 lines, it's these 2 lines. So it's one or the other, 11 over 11, if you want to look at it that way. Multiplication and addition coming together. So we're going to go over this. That's why we have dog. Dog, we have number 26. Dogs chased, we're playing with the balls. I'm just going by basic things that the kids will see. Right? Well, I could be totally wrong, but this is what I see. Okay, this is what I've seen over time. I know that we have dots. I know dots are solid. And if dots are solid and Earth are strings, then when we go to the game of pool, then Mars would be 1 through 7. See, there's 2 balls now. And then Earth
Mars 51, Earth 52, 5 and 2, 7. 6 is Mars. Mars 6. Plus and minus, Mars becomes creation. In Earth, we get the gateway to AI. We get the gold. We get the gateway. We get the sky, and we get the worlds of thirds. This is in 1/3 and 1/2. 0.5, 0.33. The cycle we run is the 133 cycle. 1, 4, and 7 divided by 3 will be 333. It's 0, 3, 3, 3, 1, 3, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3. And in Mars, we get the window, and in Earth, we get the lines. 1 through 7 equals to the 28-day cycle, the 360 when you come to the 8 ball, and then 9 through 15. Okay, when you add up 9 through 15, it's going to equal 92, and that is your birth, yes, 10 and 11. I'm not sure if you add up 1 through 15, it equals to 120, 28, and 92. And the same thing as the 28 and 29 in the game of roulette is connected together, and this will create your 0, 2, 1. And this is your setup for, this will create 18 and 11. This will create 16 and 10. So your PJ and your RK. I'm just thinking what else might go along. And then there's the reverse alphabet. We're keeping it short, Raphael, dots and dashes, strings and squares and rounds, and just understanding stripes and solids, a game of pool. Thank you for watching this video. 15 balls in pool, 20 in darts. Add 1 through 20, and it equals to 210. Add 1 through 15, it equals to a total of 120. 33 coming together, 2 worlds coming together. Thank you for watching. Just a small. Okay, so I'm not really sure what went on in the video. I haven't seen it in a while. I'm going to go over it maybe while I'm watching with you. Also referred to 0.0. Another thing about, I mean, if we want to talk about 0, right? I mean, we also have to ask ourselves a question. I think it has to be discussed, but because I don't know. If I show you the whole, is the whole the 0? Or is the round around it? And since it has to get cut out, there's the inside of the donut and the outside of the donut. And I think they call that, you can go circumference and diameter. But what happens if we did circumference and diameter and there was a hole in the middle of what we were doing the circumference and diameter of? How would we do it? Is that 2 diameters? You know, because we're going around one time, it's 1 inch thick, and we go another one. And don't forget, we have the height as well. And is it cut out square? And would you not think for a minute that around the world there are coins with square holes or circles in the center of a coin? Now, I think that's a great idea. I mean, I'd love if my money had a hole in the center of it. Then I can line up everything inside the hole and I wouldn't lose it in my pocket. I mean, why not? I mean, how intelligent do you have to be? 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. I think they say that on Reboot also. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. But they're always going 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. It's so easy to say. Can we say 6, 6? I mean, let's do it from the beginning. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. That's easy. 3 is not as easy. You got to get a 3. It's got to go a little bit further. And then you got 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, and 5 is easy. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, and 6 sounds like a B. You know, at 6 sounds like a B, like somebody got stung. It like changes vibrations. And you got 7. It's another B. You know, it sounds like a buzzing bee. And you know what I'm saying? Zzz, it's going around, zzz, you know, like S, like, anyways. And then we go to 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. So what do we do? 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. So in the 8 and in the 9, it seems like your tongue seems to touch the top of your mouth, right? Just let me move all this stuff over from my desk over here. Let me take a sip of this. You know, they gave me a new phone wire.
But let me tell you one thing, cheap. They give me a new phone or whatever it is. The wires don't even say Samsung on it anymore. I mean, who knows where it's made? Quality. Anyways, that's the world we live. My eyes are like popping out. You know, it was funny this week. You know, I'm standing next to somebody. It was really weird. And I'm going to use this story, and I'm just going to leave that story out. A person talking to me, saying something to me, the other person responds thinking they're talking to them. It's just really weird. And I just said, you know what? I won't say a word. So in this last episode that we watched about the dog, right? What I want to bring over here also, that we were talking about the TV set. So I'm going to show you TV in a minute, what this does, right? We have 222 for 6. We have dog and we have cat. We have the letter S. Well, that's wrong. It's reversed. Right? This is reversed. This goes here and that goes there. Made a mistake. It's S19 and T20. But if you're crisscrossing over the alphabet, you'll do it this way. What do I mean by crisscross? Well, we have an alphabet that goes from A to Z, right? The thing about this alphabet is that the first half ends at M. The second half starts at N. Since your first footstep has to take you into the next room, we must match up and put our pairs together like this. So if you're going to reconnect the chain of the alphabet, you're going to count from, let's say, the full extension. You're going to go from L all the way to Z, and you're going to go from A all the way to Elmo. You're going to go over here all the way to O. So in your first part of the alphabet, you'll end up with 16 if you're added. And in your second part of your alphabet, you'll end up with 38. This is just your base, as 12 and 26 is 38, and 1 and 15 equals to 16. If I'm going to add everything in between, that's going to tell me a different story. If I'm going to now add these two up or subtract them, I'm going to go plus 16. I'm going to go minus 38. This is going to give me 22 for my ape. Did I get that right? And this is going to give me 54 for the sun. So now I'm going to have sun, ape. I'm also going to have go. I'm going to have monkey. I'm going to have bust out. Or what you can say, over. So it's not under. In the sun, we're going to have love. But we're also going to have my new word, which is the word that is heard, and it's birth, numeric value 54. But it's just not any 54, and earth is not just any earth, and no rabbit is just a rabbit. This is a word. I don't want to see this as a planet. I don't want to see this as an expression. I want to see this. I want to hear it. I don't want to see it. We're going to finish with this. So rabbit, right? The T and the two B's are all going to be one color, or the odd, even. And I'm going to get 24 and 28 for rabbit. And what's funny about the word earth, okay, is I'm going to get 28 and 24 for earth. But in this instance, okay, I'm going to get plus 2. So it'll be 30 and 24 for earth. 4 times 6 and 5 times 6 out of the sun. 6 and 3. It's an absolutely, for me, it's a perfect word. The reverse of earth, I'm not going to do right now, but I'm going to get down and check this out with you. Wow. Did I just say Mary? Okay. Okay, I got to go back up. Okay, the answer about the tens. When you're answering the tens, are you going zeros, right, for the tens, or are you going to use your tens as 1, 1, 1, 1? I don't know what it means. And whoa, I just spilt my coffee. Not very happy just because I got all excited. You know, I have this hat here, and I can put this big sheet on it, like right here. I don't even know what it looks like. Let me see. Okay. Let me stay serious. See the way these two just came down, two different spots. Okay. Okay. Well, you don't want to believe or do something that you don't believe in. And okay, now what don't you believe in that you don't want to know? Because why? First of all, I don't know what I believe in. I just know that, look, my hands, I got 5 fingers. Look, my other hand, I got 5 fingers. Oh my God, a calculator. I got 9. Why does the calculator work with 9 but gave me 5 and 5, 10? What is it trying to tell me? Is that it's the center of one simple area? It's just one arm with 5 at the end of it. So is everything just one in one part or coming together? So I don't really know what I'm learning, right? I just know that from everything I've done so far in the past 20 years, I'm like, this is the story. This is the story of the dog and the cat. It rains, the dog and the cat. Well, when it rains, put on your hats, because who's in control? Who's in control of the reins of Pegasus out there in the sky, controlling in the constellation of DNA media? What do you mean DNA media? And what? It was animal and man. Well, I read it backwards. It says DNA. Andromeda is where the horses line. And what I know about the horse is Pegasus, and apparently it has one horn. So we're going to announce that one horn for Mars and 2 horns, one horn for Earth and 2 horns for Mars. So now Mars is going to go with the bull. And now if it's going with the bull, it has to be going with the Taurus. And it will go with the half moon or the quarter moon, going around that ball. Mars is that one dot for the one line, for the intercepting lines. Earth is a square. So now, is it the dot that's the donut hole, or is it the square that makes you go around the donut hole? So that would be the 33 square for Earth. 3 by 3 is 9. The 9 lives of the cat. The K9 is also noted to be where 9 is referring to the cat, and the K, 11, is referring to the dog, where we have 1 and 8, 2 and 7, 3 and 6, 4 and 5, creating Roman numeral 11, to where we have 2 and 9, 3 and 8, 5 and 6, 4 and 7 equaling to 11, making Roman numeral 9 with a little bow tie in the center, a little star. It's a 3-star. So we also have to understand how the stars come together, and where do all the stars show up? What's the number to the star? How do we find the number to the star? Right here. Right here. You want to find 3 on the next level? Will you find 3 at 6? Or will you find 3 at 12? How many 3s before 3 is what is 3? 3, 6, 9, and then 12, that's your package. 3, 6, 9, 12, that's your package. 15, 18, 21, 2 and 1, 3, that's your package. That comes in that area. 20, 21, 24, 27, 32, 27, 30, that's your package. 3 plus 0 is 3. So I'm still trying to understand. So when you say gematria is saying whether you live from above or below, I don't really stand that. I know there's different ways of doing gematria. I mean, I know it's 1 to 7. There's a simple gematria. There's a this gematria. I don't know them all. But if I know them all, I would use them all, right? But right now, I think I just get mixed up. And when I count to 7, okay, I have 14 sevens to get up to 100. Well, I'm not going to go to 100 because I'm going to start 0, 1 all the way to 99, 99 to 100, knowing I stop on the last dot. There is no 10. The 10 is what is the connecting dot between each sides. If I take my two hands and want to connect them, let's count how many fingers. 2, 4, 6, 8, and then the connecting one, the one that overlaps. We lose that finger to 9. So when we're connecting, although we have 10, it becomes 9. And then you're adding on how many each one. Then do I lose my next finger to connect? Right? If I lose one finger from every hand to connect, I would connect 5 and 5 equaling to 9. I would connect 5, 5, and 5. Here I have 9. Let's see, I connect over here. Now I have only 3 here, but I have the connecting finger I count here and the connecting finger I have here, but I only have 4 here. But we're always counting that one finger. So how many do I have if I'm connecting? So let's count this out. I'm going to have to take this out yet. I'm not the swiftest boat on the land, but boats only go in the water. Let me see. Let me take this out and see how it works. Maybe I'll do it with lines. Hold on. I got paper here. I got paper, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me see if we can do this together. I'm going to lock these two up over here. And then I'm going ahead and lock these two up over here. So now I had 15 fingers, and I have 4, 1. Now I have 3, 1, and I have 4. So I have 4, 1, 3, 1, 4. And that's my setup. I have 4 fingers free where 1 finger is locked, where 1 finger is locked, to 3 fingers free to where 1 finger is locked, to where, so here I have a double finger. So these are double fingers referring to what is 2, and here is referring to 2. So I'll go 4, 2, 3, 2, 4. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15. And our vibration on this planet, right, is 432. 18 by 18 is 324. We're in between 4 and 4 area space divided by the 3 periods of what is both day and night, living in our creation world of what is 2, 3, 2, if you want to look at it that way, and 4 and 4 are on the outside. And we have the commanders on the outside, but I'm locking thumbs, or am I locking pinkies? Because if I lock a pinky on one hand, do I lock a thumb on the other? I don't know. But that's just the situation that it is. You see, yes, 10 equals 1, but I don't think 1 ever really exists again. And I think the end result of 1 is living inside of 5 and 9. 7 and 8 are where the moons pop up. 5 is where the heart pops up, like a pole would be stuck into 5 and 9. That would be a pole running from 5 to 9. A pole would run from 5 to 9. And in between 5 and 9 is supposed to be, let me see, 5 and 9 is the pole, and 6, 7, and 8. And then my next question would be, right, is that, hold on a second. It has to be done this way. Can you see the pen? You see, I can't move this one, but I can move this one. So I tied up these fingers. So now I have 3 and 3, 6 fingers left and 2 connected. See these 2 connected here? I had to overlap to connect them up. Now my 5 and 5 fingers are connected. So I got 4 fingers, but they're all encompassed within here. And somehow we're getting a transfer this way, right? I don't know, maybe it's this way, something like that. So if one is up and down, right, the other is in and out. And the most we can turn is that. We can't turn them all the way around. only by shifting this way, maybe by shifting our poles. Maybe that's what brings us into the winter. I don't know. I wasn't really talking about that, but we spoke about these fingers. I want to get back to the television set. I want to get back to TV and where TV comes from. If you're here and you didn't see where we got the TV from, or at the same time when you're creating the TV, you can also come up with number 10. By creating multiple TVs, and I'm going to get into that in a minute. I'm taking just 1 minute. I have let the cat in and other things that I'm going to do in the next minute. So everybody, if you got to go to the washroom or something, that's fine. If you can help out the channel, and thank you very much, much appreciated. That'd be absolutely fantastic. And please don't feel obligated that every time I do a video, you have to help me out. I'm okay with 25. I'm okay with 1 penny from every person on the planet. I'm okay with that. We got to share it around. We got to fix. My goal when I first came here 20 years ago was I had no idea what was going on. And as I went on over the years, there's only thing I want more than anything else is to bring out the best of all waitresses, to bring out the best of all nurses, to bring out the best of the major thing we need is the secretary, someone who's going to put the office in order, an office in order for the understanding of what it means to have liberty and freedom, to what it means to be fair and not always paying the fare, to understand what it means to chip in, or what they called into the tax system, and why we have it, and how this planet works, and what things we need to do and things we don't need to do based on a better understanding, okay, that there's only one God in this world, and that is the gates of the Omega divide, something that divided us all up. Now we have to come back together. And we have to understand what it means when you have more than somebody else. If you're not helping out, you're crushing somebody. How do we come into this game and everybody collect 1,500 when we start? But at the end, for some reason, the water seems to run out of many people's glasses. Besides those who coddle their funds, who absolutely can't make it for one reason or another, we must understand this world. And the only way to understand it right now is through games. What are the games telling us? What are our obligations telling us? This is an obligation. This is what we set up. What is the story hidden? Here is a game with odds, and we make odds to bring fairness or unfairness so the casino can keep on going. The dice cube or the game can keep on going. What is going on with this? What story is going on with this? What is the story of Monopoly? What is the story of pool? Where did it come from? Who created the game? And does it come from beyond? What is replicated in numbers? What is replicated towards the zodiac signs? What is replicated towards the movement or the size of the planets or the number of moons or positions of the planets? What are the words? All the words. Are the letters hieroglyphs of something that is more than, created from something beyond of what your knowledge has ever told you or what you have ever been taught? All this is coming together in the AE, in the arts and entertainment. The letters of the alphabet will bring out the story, and that story will be its truth. Whether you believe that story or not, at least I will have fact bound by actualities, stamped by Einstein, stamped by all those who have ever picked up diplomas at any school around the world. It has been stamped. And we know right now that somehow these 9 numbers actually do exist. In English, you say 1. In French, you say un. In Spanish, you say une. I think you say uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. In French, it's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Look at the extension of what I have to do around this square little pad that everybody just takes for granted, and where they put numbers and turned it upside down on your telephone. These are the stories I speak about, where we put everything together in the cells that we can see without a microscope, unless you want to count it towards our eyes. When I come back in 2 minutes, I'm going to be talking about these letters, what they tell me, what do they tell you. Let's discuss it. All we're looking for is the truth and the reality of the story that comes from everything that has ever been created. Every dot, every dash, every line, every comma, every semicolon, every bracket. The word for each nation. Because in the end, in the non-disclosure agreement of our DNA, in the end, okay, found out that Miss Pretty Kitty is in the bed. I thought she was running outside, running around with all her friends. You know, she's running around and whoop, bumped into another cat. Got to come back in the house. Do you know I'm still in the body of the birth of who I am throughout the years I accumulated within time, within the zone of my mind, in the entourage and my memory that I am here today, 60 years later, within the same body of my mind. Oh, my cat, that haircut, it grew back, and I don't want to see her in that position. When my cat goes outside without the haircut, my cat looks like any other cat. Now you can put a collar on the cat, but you say, call her home, she ain't got a phone. Feline. The feline, because the cat's got the direct connection, not like the dog leg. And we all know the dog leg is to the left, because the hook, the line, and the sinker is to the right. Everything from games, from movies. We are in a movie script right now. I'm just reading to you the lines. And here they come from the House of Mecca. In miniature size, of course, it's not chocolate. And if it was, it would be white chocolate with pretty much the darkest chocolate you've ever seen. I don't know if I've ever seen anything that, unless it was charcoal, right? But usually charcoal, sometimes they're talking about gray, but charcoal also turns everything black at the end. But I don't know, and I shouldn't say those words for disgrace and discrimination of another color. Oh my God, I got colors in the house. Oh my God, I have to go. I have to leave. I got all the colors. What do I do? Oh my God, they left them everywhere. I got colors here, and I got a color here, and I even put colors over here. Oh my God. Is Rubik's Cube's not a racist until you turn all the colors on the same side. Oh my God. Imagine turning all their own colors on the same side. What happens in this world if all the colors go back to the same side? Are they happier? Do they feel like they're left out? They're saying, we're leaving everybody out. We're all together now. Let's leave all the colors out. What do you mean leave the colors out? We're all colors. You leave the whites over there. I mean, which color said leave the colors out? I mean, is white a color, or we dictated that white and black are not colors? You know, when a dog gets older, it makes you work for it too. Dogs, I believe dogs are more direct. Dogs are at the moment. Dogs are the soul. The cats are looking into the future. They're planning. Not to say that the dogs aren't planning, but the cats are way off in the future. In fact, cats are already got there tomorrow. Cats are the spirit. Now, my intake in that spirit, is that spirit from beyond? Or is that spirit within the vibration of the oxygen and of the air we breathe? Or should we not be breathing anything at all? Then these bodies, are they created from the Lord, rented down to the planet Earth? They rent these bodies down here to work with the spirit from up there. They put you in a package. We're all in the same ball. Where we go one, we go all, because we're all, I mean, if I throw you out of an airplane right now, right? I throw myself out of the airplane right now, and all of a sudden, if I can go 500 kilometers an hour falling, can I? What is the actual speed of fall by, you know, before when you parachute? That's about 200, I think it's 200 miles an hour. Is that what it is, or 200 kilometers an hour? But whatever, at that point, you start to slow down to that speed. You're not just falling at any speed. You're falling at a certain speed. The magic is in the speed of what your eyes and your mind can understand. When you can't see it, oh my God. But if you saw it all the way and they slowed it down, this is what's happening. They explained it to you that you can't put any more pressure because of this, and you understood everything. Yeah. So now you use the word cool. Now, cool is supposed to go with blue. And it's also supposed to go with brew. It's also supposed to go with cold. So Rocky Mountain cold? Or could it be a bush cold? You said cool. So wasn't there a dog or Mr. Cool, which was Mr. Cool Fonzie? Who was Mr. Cool? Was it a dog? Let me look this up right now. Who was Mr. Cool in comic books? No. You know, they say cool, calm, and collective, right? So now we're going to have to put cool, calm, collective. And you know what I like about that is that, you know, when you get to cool, calm, and collective, I mean, calm, collective, cool. Yes, yes. In French, when you say the word couler, it means to spill. Okay? It doesn't, I don't know if it means to dump. Oh, you know what? You can call it that too. We're in these vessels, we're flying, eh? Well, actually, we are flying. Like, I passed an ant. There was an ant on the floor the other day, and I went right over it. And the ant says, oh my God, he's flying. He was flying. One ant said to the other ant, they were right up there, and they were looking, go, he's flying. You think the ant on the floor said, oh, look, a human being? What did the ant say to the other ant? How do I know? I have no idea. You got ants in your pants. Oh my God, I got ants in my pants. So now we have to understand the expression of ants in my pants is I can't sit down for long. I always got to keep moving. So now we know these are the terms. This is how I base where my project is. If you want to know what I'm doing in this project and how to find all the answers, is to understand all the expressions. If you were created, okay, in the image of God, what if we went back and said, look, I'm alone. I can't stand being alone. What can I do? I'm going to make somebody else that looks just like me. And when you were younger, they said baby doll, right? Baby doll. Now, doll, for some reason, is supposed to be feminine. Now, I don't care what they change it to be today, but it's not only feminine, it's also masculine. But they refer it to feminine. Comes with 2 L's, comes with 2 wings. It's born out of Mars, and it comes from the reflective world. That's the word. The word doll is 19 and 24 equals to 43 into the house of DC, Earth, Mars, connected to Uranus and Saturn, the rat sun. The baby doll, one of the things going on is we need to bring everything back to the way it was. The right hand and the left hand, the male and the female. And they didn't tell us that we had one moon, but they brought both sexes. And everything they did included into splitting the seed into 2 sexes, male and female. Somehow the first 2 existed somewhere. They existed somewhere. Today there's more of them. They call them genders, right? The gender word, okay, comes from 5G, which is also related to 5G TV of 2022, which is the division of the gate. I'm not talking out of my hat, but I'm breathing in that air, and all around me surrounds me by 420. And when you breathe in that air and you open up the guidelines, you start to read the numbers that vibrate within you, that come out as words that you hear, that I'm talking into a screen that comes into a room, and I'm not even there, and you can't even touch me. As far as you reach out, all of a sudden you think I'm there, but I'm not there at all. But you can hear me and see me, but you don't see me. You see a TV screen, or what they call the TV screen of the divided world of seeing of what you don't see, but hearing what you can actually hear, but you're not actually sure if it's coming out of my voice, because it's coming out of my voice from the TV screen. It's just duplicating everything I did. And what I did from that is I cut it out and I put itself over here. And now God has created an image of its own to say everything and repeat and mimic inside the mirror. So now that we got the Lord on the other side and split the seed, we're going to see if I can give it the free will to go on its own, to think everything I think and to report back to me all the time, no matter what. The last connection of that cat network reports back to me. And once you stop reporting back to me, the network gets cut off and you no longer exist. The mirror is gone. I'm all alone again. I'm all alone again. So we did it, and we put out free will and created all of these, and all of a sudden, 80 years later, one of the first ones popped off. Stop listening to me. Stop following the truth. Stop going back to the message. And how do you go back to the message with free will? Is to remember to be honest. That within the future of who we are, as the mirror image of the Creator, we will all turn colors. And on a certain color, when you stop listening, no one listens to you either, because they know the good from the bad by giving everybody color. And our colors change for the goodness of our heart. We all become nice little pink piggies in the bank, right? The group of geese in the bank. So the good Lord of creation gave free will. And on day 7, after the extra point was kicked from the touchdown of the 6 points of creation? Or was it the 9 points of birth? Because in the creation came the field goal. And then once the field goal happened, then creation arose, leaving you with 1 extra point, with 6 for the touchdown and 3 for your creation. The field goal. F and G, 6 and 7. Earth, 52, 5 and 2, 7. Mars, 52, 51, 5 and 1, 6. 6 and 7, 13 come together. one odd, one even, one F and one G, and created in the same letter. Created in the same letter. Is it a G? Is it a 9? Or is it a 6? Or is it an E? Or is it the E, the 5th letter? Or was it the 6th number? Or was it the 7th letter G? Did it flip over to look like a 9 from what was the E that came from the G? That looks like an E when flipped over, facing to 9. 5 and 9 don't only come together there, but in the world of truth, here is your 9, and here is your 145. Home king, creation, Celsius and Fahrenheit, creation on man 6. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6, 9 and 18, I and I into the house of bait from the planet of the dot, dot, dot. 1 and 9, C19, planet Mars, coming to you straight from the 3 moons. The replica, the turkey. When you go bowling, we repeat it again. We have 1, 2, 3 frames, all counted in the first frame. So if I would do that with the alphabet, 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals to 6. When I add 4 to that, it equals to 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. I start counting over again for my strikes. The same thing happens with the leap year. The same thing happens with 5775, that in the year 5775, or the number 5775, in which 57 is BIRTH. 57, okay, is also 3 by 19. To get 19 together, you need A and I. 2 different worlds. 2 different worlds. They're both the dot worlds. They both count for Mars. So let's look this up. What happens is we do this. We still have to get back to the 5775. 12 and 13 equals 1 times 2 equals 2. 1 times 3 equals 3. 1 plus 2 equals 3. 1 times 3 equals 4. 3 and 2 equals 5. Equals 5. Equals 7. 5775. So now what we have is we have electric. Electric 11. Make my heart beat by every breath I take. So now we have 5775 coming from 12 and 13, or the male and the female. I don't want to forget the Mars dot and the Earth line. The dot and the line. I'm going to do this. And don't forget, I could also mark X, marks the spot. Let's not talk about speaking to the mic, because the mic, right? Mike, if you see the name Mike, think about it this way. If you're thinking of any disciples with Mike or Michael, there's an error. The words are not right. I speak to AI or I speak to Mike. But both times in AI and speaking to Mike, what happens is there's error. Now, the error could be baseball, because in baseball there are errors. There are also errors in school. Are there any other errors and reflection of errors to better understand? Now, what happens is when I'm speaking to a microphone, they don't always hear and rewrite what I say. So if they're not rewriting what I say, so they now have a spelling error, right? And the spelling error, the mistakes would be the number value of the letter. which changes all the context around. The same thing will happen if your computer is receiving improperly. So now let's go back to this over here. Now here's my first dot, right? And in the 11 world, that would be my second dot. So no matter what, we're not going to use these two, okay? Maybe I'll use them in my next one because we have to create all the scenarios. Science says you must show all the information, even if it's wrong. That way, if you had that thought, and we're all the children of the Creator, and we all receive the same information, that we all work with our own free will, that on the seventh day, after the touchdown, extra point, and field goal, the rest was up to us. What happened after the sixth day? God said rest. But what was meant to say is the rest is up to us because we are the juncture. The Lord has never stopped working on recreating and creating, but we have busted loose. We have gone every which way and brought into this world of what I understand, we can be an association of worlds coming together under different gods to play this game. And it's not that it's funny, it's just that we actually chose to come here before anything started and we wiped it off our plank. If you want to come into this world, this is what it's all about. And yes, all games end and we can start over again. What is it like in the other worlds? I do not know. But I know you can't hate it because we're all programmed to apparently like and not hate. We like because in the word like comes a conjunction, and the conjunction of liking something is taking care of something. When you like something, you take care of it. When you care for something, it is part of the caring of something. You're taking the initiative to keep it well, because everything you keep well stays in your own well, stays in your own mind, the confinement, because the machine does not stop for you. If you want to alter and destroy around and in the machine will give you boundaries. And guess what? You set your own boundaries in the machine. The machine is the only thing that has to last because it was created to make sure that we're all protected from the unknown evil of the universe, chaos that somebody may created elsewhere. So within our confines, we will always be well working together, because where we go one, we breathe and go all. Where we go one, the energy, the cat and the dog, we bow wow, meow, and purr together. Where we stay out and within the confines of understanding what it is to have the canine 9/11 concept of two worlds. 9 times 11, 99, Jupiter 13. 9 plus 9, 18. Sorry, 9 plus 11, 20. 20 and 99 is 119. Canine. 2, 9, born into the house, the IT system. The yellow, the black, buzzing house, born into the red suits. And in the end, I want to thank you, peace and love. I'm going to come and draw this out. I'm going to warm up my coffee, going to take a minute break since no one's here right now. I want to see if anybody is on one of my channels, my feed. Let me look this up. Here's my feed. And I'm the only like. There is nobody here, only me. Now I'm going to go on to my other feed over here. I'm going to check this out. Local setup. Punch this up. Okay, there's nobody here. That's just fantastic. Just what I like. Just what I like. Just 1 second. I just want to, before I end this video, I want to, since nobody's here, I'm going to take like 30 seconds and I'm going to share this live, right? And I'm going to go in here and I'm going to put it on a playlist. 2024, yes, great year, going to the other side of the moon. Perhaps this moon is shutting down. We're going to the backside, the backside of the triangle. Triangle. Angle. The triangle of 4 equaling to 3 plus 1. It's 3 plus 1, okay? And then it's 3 plus 1, and then it's 3 plus 1, and then it's 1 plus 3. Okay, now I'm going to explain that to you and the 12 zodiac signs of a triangle. Just give me a second. I want to see something here. 1 second. Okay, I'm liking my video. I'm sharing my video right now. I want to, okay, we're going to take that off. I want to copy this. I want to go here. I'm sharing my videos right now. So, and I'm coming to the end. So, you know, it's funny. I got something up on for sale on, you know, one of the social medias. And no one ever talks to me from Canada. You know, I have something for sale and no one ever talks to me from Canada. I don't get it. Okay, I want to do this. Just 1 second. Okay, I'm doing this. Just give me a minute. I'm going to be back in the video. I went here. I went there. I went here. Here. Tumblr. You know what? I get nobody watches me on any of this stuff, but that's okay because AI loves me. Google loves me. That's right. I'm going to speak to you, Google, AI, and all the systems watching this. If you want more information, you have to encourage. You need to encourage if you want information. I would be out here more often with more information about what is found in games or the analytics of the game. You want the information, you got to put up. You have to put up. You want me out here, you got to put up. You got to show me more views. You got to get these videos out there. All right. If I'm not doing it properly, once I get more views, I'll have a little bit of someone to work with. Right. Get all these videos out there a little bit cleaner so people can see. They want to know where their God is. They want to know where their creator is. They want to know where Muhammad is. They want to know about Mecca. They have questions. They're scared to ask questions because they think there's so many rules. You know what? I never heard of a religion. I never heard of something so crazy that in religion, there's all kinds of rules to keep tons of secrecy. They're afraid somebody else might know. Well, it's in a stupid secret, okay, that it's in a stupid secret, that the secret is more harmful than the knowledge of knowing. You might be, imagine everything created on this planet right now was created by the knowledge of a man or a woman. Yep, everything. Imagine if we stopped one of them, then we wouldn't know. The science takes a long time to figure it out. And then sometimes it's under scrutiny and judgment. What is the scrutiny and judgment? Is when it could be used for evil. But everybody has to understand and know all the ingredients. That if we all knew all the evil that can create the evil, we can follow it around because we have the knowledge. And then a lot of people might take that knowledge and use it for their evil. The thing is, once one person creates that piece of evil, usually just the evil are chasing it. So once those who are not evil take into their own mind to know a little bit about it, making it fair that we just about have transparency over just about everything, except what happens in your own domain. So at the end of this video, let me just say that the good Lord created within its own image, and on the day of rest, leaving it all up to us. Now let me get on with this 9/11. I'll be back in a minute. I'll be back in a minute. 1, 2, 0. Look at that. I got a 0 here. I got the 0 here and the 0 here. One is a bridge of 3, and one is just a bridge of 1. So is that 13? I don't know. Okay, let's get on to this piece over here. And then this one over here. Also earlier on, 10 and 1. Can I really go from 10 to 1? 11 over to 2. I'm going to just do one more. See, this is different. 13, right? Actually, I had to put 12, right? And you're going to put 12, right, over to 3. So you notice that 1 and 2, which is all the base of creation, 1 and 2. Always 1 and 2, like I showed in the alphabet when we connect the alphabet. Overlap, connect the alphabet. You must always start with 2. And in fact, when you start with A, you're actually starting with maybe here, maybe bizarre, right? Because you got to go backwards and then forward. Over here, right? If I go backwards, right, I go O-N-M-L, and I go forwards, I go L-M-N-O. Only in this instance, one of the reasons for this is you can't add up anything if you're nothing. You're going nowhere. You just have the state of the origins of what's in the toolbox, right? No sizes. Yeah, in order to tie this up like a chain, you hook these two together, and these two connected to that makes these 4 connected together. So you overlap the alphabet over here. So now I'm going to get back to what happened over here in the triangle. The reason for that is when you take a triangle, I don't have one, but when you take a triangle, okay, the triangle has 3 sides, like those 3 sides, and then it has the base. So that's your triangle. That's a 3-1. The base to the 3 sides. What are the angles of each one? I don't know right now. So what happens is when you do the first 3 sides, you're A, B, C, right? D, and then it becomes A, B, C, D. Oh, let me do it. A, B, C, D. Let me do this. Hold on. A, B, C, D, which is actually, let me do this. A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. Did I get that right? There's another way to do this, which would be A, B, C, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, but this D would be, do I get it 1, 2, 3, and then 1 again? I'm just trying to see if that's the way, A, B, C, and then D, A, because you're going back to A again. You're starting over again. You do 3 of them, okay, and you have 1 base. And then you do 3 of them again, and then you have another base. Well, let's call this base D. And then you put C, D, A, B, right? And then you have another base again. And then you go, did I get that right? And then you go D, A, B, C, and then you have this, and here's your base. So you went through an A, B, C, D base, and here are your 4 combinations. And here is your 12. 3, 6, 9, and here's your 12. Here are your combinations in your rotation of the cube. So 12, you have 2 sides of the cube equaling to 24 with a pole in between, meeting no matter what at position number 5. Position 5 is right over here. Also can be noted as the 74th position. 74 is for energy. Or how about Jesus, Muhammad, Rubik's. When you talk and you write all these letters down, you can also be saying the word, let me use this word, M, I, M, I, I'm just trying to think, M, I, D, here, a French word. And this French word would say 1000, right? 01, or let's go 001. And then this one over here is going to be 500 or 0500. And this one over here will be 0001. If I want to do it this way, it's a 4-letter word. I'm going to write this out in binary numerals. So what I did is I took Roman numerals, and this, by the way, is the word is I don't know what they call it. They call it noontime, right? Midzi, but I'm not really sure what the full translation of this is. So we have this over here. See, it still shows me no one's watching, but that's okay. So when you add this up, you get 2051. 2051. Now, you want to look at this at 2015. You want to look at this as 5775, right? The Hebrew time. Very special number, because 2015 is this, right? So, I mean, even on the dice, see that? We got 15 and 26. But what do you mean 15 and 26? OZ, you mean you got Oz? Oh, yeah, we got Oz. We got Oz at the gateway, right? How do we have Oz at the gateway? Well, it looks like this. Let me see, did I get that right? And at the same time, we're going to get L12 and A01. So we see our 41 getting 13. Where in the world does this come from? This guy's got to be lost. We have 1 and 5 on one side of the dice. And we got 2 and 6 on the other side of the dice. When I add up 1 to 5, it equals to 15, the letter O. When I add up 2 to 6, it equals to 20, the letter T. When I have 20, 15 in time, or 15, 20, I have these two numbers, 20, 15. Yeah, could be coincidence, but this is what it is. You want me to go to 15, 20? I can do that also. At the same time, they had that reverse alphabet, okay, of what is the 20th letter, right? The 20th letter. Why did I use the 26th here? I don't remember. I'm going to have to look at that. I put the 26th letter here. I don't know why. Here's the 20th letter. Okay, and the 20th letter is a T. The reverse is the 07th letter, which is going to be the G. The GT, in which T reverts to G. 20th letter and 7th letter. 20 and 15, the 15th is over here. So maybe I'm going to replace this value. Let me see what I'm going to do with this. Yeah, this one is going to go here. I'm going to put T 20 and G 7. Just want to see if I got this right. The T sorry, this was in Chaldean. I shouldn't have marked this down. This is Chaldean, the value in Chaldean of these numbers, right? So you can see the 15th letter, right, is a V. Hold on a second. I want to see why I said V. I'm looking at something. Hold on a second. Right. When you go 1 through 5, wow, this is really getting out of hand now. I'm going to do the base of it, and then I'm going to do the extension of it, right? When you add up 1 through 5, it equals to 15. 2 through 6, it equals to 20. When you get to 20, okay, you're going to talk about darts. When you add up to 15, you'll talk about the game of pool. So in this game, we're going to have the 8 ball. Here, we're going to have a 10-10 division or 4 5s. The division is going to happen in the area of 57.75 because we have the 25 and the 50 in the dart zone. Okay, now you equal to the bull eye. 47, 35. 5 times 5, 5 plus 5, 35. 5, 10, 35. 55 gets you that freedom over here, equals to 25 and 10 when multiplied. If you notice, it's going to equal to 17. Bull is also time. When you have the bull horns, you're working with this. See that little circle in these 3 circles? You got 2 triangles in here. One straight, one beveled. Do you want me to do that again? I'll do it a little bit better. So I can do this by 6, right? And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over here. So like that. And then what we're going to do is, let me see, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. So we're going to start from 2 down over here, and then we're going to go 2 up over here like that. And then we're going to go 2 outside over here and 2 outside over here. Let me see, did I get that right? I'm not really sure if I'm doing this right. Let me try and see. Yeah, this. Okay, so somehow it's like that. Or I think it's like that, and like that. So one is folded. In fact, I might be able to show you this right over here, what I'm talking about. See, we bevel inside. We have the straight line and we have the bent lines, right? These are straight lines and these are bent. If we're being pulled on a system, the inside of the center of the gears, right, the strap is always going straight. It's only wrapping around the bearing or the gears at that time. And then the movement on the inside of the gases or energy, right, they're the ones that bend. Certain things bend, certain energies bend, and certain energies do not bend. They just go straight. It might look like it's dropping. In irrelevance, it's going straight. So we have bending and we have not. And then maybe this would be the ocean. I'm just looking what the diamonds would be, maybe to connect them all together, referring to the stands on the clubs, right? So yes, we got this whole thing done over here. I'm not sure if you understood. Now, the thing about this is when you add up 1 to 15, okay, it equals to 120. When you add up 1 to 20, it equals to 210. This just so happens to be a moon number. It's a connection, and it connects with all these dots, meaning it's connecting with 21 of 21 moons. It'll take 4 times 21 to equal to 84, and it'll take 7 times 12 to equal to 84 to note that Pluto is over here. To our cycle of 28 by 3 equaling to 84, 3 moons, which is going to be times 4, okay, equals to 12. And then we have 1 moon to join. The 13th moon in the year, the bar mitzvah moon, the joint moon, the bar mitzvah moon, also known as 137. Also, the movement of the Mayan gearage is 137. Also to know is 13 for bar mitzvah to the 7th gate of 7 by 13 is 91 and 20, equaling to 111. The center, the 36 numbers. Okay. I don't know why I did it that way, but where you have 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and this equals to 111. Out of 36 numbers, there's 555 remaining. 120 on one side plus 111 plus 334. Your rotation in the mirror world, 33 and 4, or just 34, is in the creation of the blue world, of the CD house and not the DC house. It's in the blue house this way. It's in the DC house this way. It's in the hot and the cold. It's in purple. It's in the window. All of these because what the reference to the numbers. Reverse 33 is 44. Window is 88. 44 and 44 is 88. But I say that because of cold and red. When you mix them together, it creates purple. Cold and red, Democrat and Republican, boys and devils. Boys in a stop sign. Stop sign refers to an octagon. You mix them together, you get purple. Purple is 88. To note that window is 88. Andromeda has Pegasus, and that's 88. Knowing that the horse, which is number 65, is also for number 3 and 7, 11. It is also wolf and flow. It also can be inverted to 59, which is E-I-O, E-I-E-I-O, born on the farms of Mars. That O is what brings A and E together, arts and entertainment, of what brings the divided sun that is residing within E, because the dot of A resides in what is E. 4 and 1 after the death before the Christ. 1 and 4, 5. 2 and 3, 5. Connecting If I want to crisscross connect and come down here, cross over here and come here, I'd be connecting 14 to 18 to 19 to 23, 32, 20, 20, 42. Let me see this. 37 and 37 would be 74. If I want to connect it the other way, 14 with 16 and 19, right? I'd get 37 and 35. Did I get that right? 14 to 16 to 19, 35, 45, 45 and 4, 49, 59, 69. I get 72. And on the other side, I get 74. Did I do that right? 146. Let me get that right. 14 and 16 is 30, where 14 and 18 is 32. Where 18 and 19 is 37, where 16, whoop, I'm going down to here, over to here. Sorry, I'm not adding the 19, where 16 and 21 come together. They're both 74, 74, 74 coming together. And we already spoke that Jesus, that energy is number 74. That's Rubik's is number 74. So when we add it up to these numbers over here, which is the year 5775, that when we add up 1 through 5 equals to 15, 2 through 6 equals to 20. Here's my 1, 5. Here's my 2, 6, the Queen of Mars. Okay, so now when I do that, I get the letter E and F and O and T. E, F, O, T. When they add up to 15 and 20, okay, did I get the U? I'm just trying to see if I got I got all the letters. When I add up 1 through 15, I get 120. When I get 1 through 15, okay. When I add up, I have to use the whole thing just to remember that 1 through 6, okay, already included in here, right, equals to 21. So I have to use this. So we end up with O, U, E, F, and we can use the T in the front if we want, which this just says egg. So now we're going to get back to 5775, which is the electric moon, in which when you convert it down to a smaller number, right, when you convert this down to a smaller number, there's many things you can do. You can go 1925, which you can also say is 44. 25 and 19, teen and space, dividing day and night. This is the male. In order to create this, it'll take 13. I do not remember what it takes to get to 25, so I'm not going to do it. Besides 5 by 5, 2 and 5 are the reverse seventh gate of the dice. This will divide the day and night because when you multiply them and add them, it creates 16 and 8. 1/3 of 24, 2/3 of 24, because the answer is 24. And these are its values inside. It divides the gates between day and night over here. This is 8 and 6. Just to note that 6 and 8 also go house planet. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, create the 8 and 6. 24 is now for the cat. It's now for the energy. It's also for the spirit. I'm going to just keep this energy thing on the side because I brought in the dog for the soul and the cat for the spirit that I just marked, and I marked the spirit as energy, but it needs a place to go. So we're going to go back to 5775. That when you multiply 5775 by 13, it equals to 75,075. When you take into account its own number, 7 plus 5 equals to 12. 7 times 5 equals to 35. So we now have 8 and 3. Just to note that club, gold, monkey, We're going to use number 28 in here because 28 will reduce over to dog, will reduce into the same numbers and create what is Rubik's Cube. Meaning this number 26, which what is the number of pieces in Rubik's Cube, right? And when you use the multiplication of 2 times 6, 2 plus 6, right, equals to 12 and equals to 8, we get that same result. Not other that when we do it to 24 or we do it to now, this will equal to 20 from 26 created from 28. It'll create the same number. And I say it's for Rubik's Cube 26 in the alphabet because there's 26 cubes in the alphabet to one controller. Sorry, there's 26 cubes and 26 letters in the alphabet to one controller. So we're going to see that controller and understand what the values are in Rubik's Cube. I can't believe I'm only on here an hour and 35 minutes. Feels like 3 hours. So we see this number over here. We see 35 and 12 is 47. Beast, time, bull, referring to earth, referring to male and female, bar mitzvah and bat mitzvah. This one makes it perfect, equals to 33, and that's our rotation in the sun of ABC. ABC 6, BCD 9, 3 times 3 equals 9, 3 plus 3 equals to 6, in rotation in its own design of 9 and 6, turning into the percentage sign, adding on a little dimension to this, and perhaps letting us see if this star can function to the beat of 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines, the hexagon, 1 pole. When we lock it up, we run on the hex. But when we lock it up to create the octagon is the cross covering that runs right through here. And now it's all locked up, living in the red stoppage octagon world. So can I just stretch that out and see how that actually hooks up? It almost looks like the Chrysler sign, no? So this is how it works out. So now if I want to extend that a little bit, so we would have to sort of run a line here and then run a line down here. And then I'd have to, seems like I got to run another line here, 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 here. And then I'd be running this line here. And then I'd run this line here and then here. And I guess this is what they wanted me to design out of this. I'm not sure what's really over here, if I should have got involved with this singular line over here. Maybe it shows another building, I don't know. Just excited to see what turns out here. Should I added this with the... Just trying to see what, if did I lose my original design in this? Trying to see now, my question is, should I be mirroring this? And is this showing me a number 2? What is this actually showing me? I don't know. I don't know. I do know that I lost the original. I'd like to get back the original. So I want to see what the original was 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the original 4 here. Here's the original 4 here. And this is what the original looks like. The inside over here. Then what I did is I connected with this. So now what happens is this goes directly here. This comes down to here, right? And if I don't want to touch the top with the bottom, I can just do this. So now what I have is I have 2 elements over here. I didn't go all the way through the square. Now, should I have gone all the way through the square? I don't know. I went all the way through the square here. I can do it the other way just to take a look. Now, when we close everything off, it looks like this. So what started as square is now on an angle. So what is the, I mean, should I be looking at it this way? Does it look like a double cube, right? When I added in this line, what took the difference between the two? I could have just drawn a line just down here, right? I could have just drawn a line right down here, this side with that side. Or could I have drawn a line right here? So anyways, this is what it ends up looks like. It reminds me of the Chrysler sign. I don't know why. Anyways, that's where my 3x3, and it took both worlds because it actually came in to the world like this. ABC came in, and then DCB came in, and they connected the worlds. It became A, B, B, C, C, D. So they went 4 and 6, and they went A, D, F, D to bring the two, right? Would that would it be? Yes, because this would be that, and this would be that. That's exactly what it would look like. 1, 4, 6, 4. I've never seen this before. I'm not really sure what it means. I'm going to do a little calculation of something. It's something a little bit new. I didn't look at it this way before because what it is in order to bring that in is you have to have the A, B, C, D as your construct in order to break it down to this. So this couldn't last before, where this is 6 and this is 9. Or if you want to count it as 60 seconds and 90 seconds on the clock, 150 seconds coming together, looking like 60 seconds. That's pretty weird. This is 2.5 times time to equal to this. It's like we're not even living in that world, which marks this at a time, which means body repair. Apparently, it takes 7 years to redo certain things, but other parts it takes so long to repair and doesn't repair because of the extended time, and it all rots out, so it falls apart and we lose our hair. So if we're working at 2.5 times less this time, when times is reduced, other things are sped up. So the body kills itself. because it can't regenerate itself. But if we can increase this to 2.5 times, we'd have 150 years equaling to what is 60. Noted that the only reason this was reduced in time is because time for body repair has been sped up. It's showing me that we ended up in the 1/6 life instead of the 3/4 life, where here's a 0.5 and here's a 2.5. 2.5 plus 1 is 3.5. 6 minus 2.5 is 3.5. And 0.5 to any one of these is going to be 3.5, because we're living in a world of this. Now I'm going to finish off with the AI that I should have come in a long time ago. And what it is these two connect over here. And this one is number 2. And this one is number 7. Now I cannot connect it with a 9 because the 9 and the 1 are barred. But I can connect the 3 and the 8 for my 11. I can connect let me do this, the 3 and the 8 for my 11. The 2 and the 7 for my 9. The 5 and the 6 for my 11. The 4 and the 5 for my 9. So I got 2 colors in this position. And this is, am I left with anything else? So we have 2 and 7 equals to 9. We have 4 and 5 equals to 9, right? We have 3 and 6 equals to 9. We don't have 1 and 8. We're not using it. It's barred. So we only have the 8. Now in this situation over here, we can't use 2 and 9. So 1 and 8 and 2 and 9 equals 11. These are barred from that. So inside of here, what you're going to have is you're going to have 3 and 8. See, only the 3 and 8 in your creation heavens, but not the one that was barred, right, or controlled, equals to 11. And then you're going to get 4 and 7 equals to 11. And then 5 and 6 equals to 11. The thing is, 4, 5, and 6 are being crossed through. You see that? It's the 4, 5, and 6 that are connecting the 2, 3 with the 7, 8. 3, 7, 10, 2, 8, 10. So we also have to understand how these work, right? 2, 8, 10 through 5, 3, 7, 10 through 5. So they're backdoor connected. We have to understand the levels of connection. So if we did it the whole way, this would be 2, 9, and this would be 3, 8, and this is the way it would look. Just to note that this number is number 74, and every time you touch that 74 over here, you ignite the energy. But this 74, 4, and 7, right, the invert of it, okay, is coming from the moon, which is 57. And the reverse side of that is actually going to be the word Mars. Now, the word puck is also 51. So when you do puck, you could do K, F, X, P, 40, 46, 56, 57. But when you do this one, Mars, it says Heinz. So it connects everything together. In fact, if you want to know what Heinz says, if I use it for this, I like to say I have the H for the full H. I like to say I have the I for the full I, and then the Z. And Heinz of Mars is a star. And it just so happens we're going to mark it at 50 stars and 49. 49 and 50, they're a unit. What you don't see is the 49. What you do see is the 50. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. I want to thank you for watching the video, some of the video, part of the video, all of the video. And if you can help out the channel, you can keep me in this seat or any seat around the world where we can get the information out. And that information is learning about games, learning about the school we learn, learning about the things we built, Rubik's Cube, Monopoly, learning about words that have come from the past. Although it's for the children of today, most of what I like to work with is from the past and from yesteryear, the past that I have lived, what I know that I put into this concept. Peace and love. Thank you for watching this video.